četiri sat.
Tony, are you ready to learn about time?
Da.
Odlično.
Mm-hmm.
Time. What time is it? So in Croatian, they don't say what time. They say koliko. What you guys know what koliko means?
How much?
How much or how many?
many?
Koliko je sati? How many hours is it? That's how you say what time it is. So koliko je sati?
Koliko je sati?
Right. So a sat is an hour, right? Hour is one sat. Jedan sat, hour.
Sat.
Easy. And a minute is a minuta.
Oh, minuta.
Bravo. And that's an easy one, right?
Yeah.
So koliko je sati? What time it is? What time is it, please? And a sat is an hour. Minuta is a minute. Got it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So a really quick, you got two quick, easy shortcuts we're going to learn. The word for noon is podne,
Podne.
right? So if somebody says, hey, koliko je sati? And you have no idea, you say podne.
Podne.
And if someone asks you at nighttime, koliko je sati, and you have no idea, you'll say midnight. You say ponoć.
Ponoć.
So you got noć in there. Remember?
Yeah.
You recognize
Night.
that word, right? So
Noć.
words are blending in there. So the word for noon is podne.
Podne.
The word for midnight is ponoć.
Ponoć.
Bravo.
What really works is that if you do answer that in podne or podnoć at any given time that's not those times, they're just never going to ask you the time again.
Yeah.
You're off the hook.
It's called time to get a watch. Where's your cell phone? You know,
Can-
like
Exactly.
Can we
How-
learn that?
how often do you get asked what time it is? It just doesn't happen
I
anymore.
get all the time.
Do you guys remember having to call the phone line to get the exact time?
No.
I do remember that.
You remember that? You don't ever
411.
heard that, Tony? I remember calling that. Be like so obsessed. Like, what's the exact time?
I would check my pager.
Oh, pager. Dating yourself there. Check my flip phone today. Anyways, moving on. So if someone says koliko je sati, you would say now it's. So sad je.
Sad, yeah.
So now is sad, je is. Now is, but you say now it's sad je.
Sad, yeah.
So let's say, for example, you want to say now it's 1 o'clock. You would say sad je jedan sat.
Sad je jedan sat.
So this o'clock business that we have in English is of the clock. It's a weird little thing that goes back many, many years that don't really feel like explaining. But in Croatian, they say it's 1 hour. It's the 1 hour spot. Yet sad je jedan sat. So, hey, Tony, koliko je sati?
Sad je jedan sat.
Bravo. Or you can just shorten it and say jedan sat.
Jedan sat.
That's 1 o'clock, right?
I can say čekaj.
Čekaj.
Jedan sat.
Jedan sat. Bravo. So if you've got more than one sat, if you got more than 1 hour on our clock, you have dva sata. So you have to make sure you use the plural form of sat. So dva sata is 2 o'clock.
Dva sata.
So sad je dva sata or dva sata.
Dva sata.
Perfect. So let's say it's 3:10, right? So it's 10 minutes after 3. But the way you can always do it is you take the hour, 3, you say and, which is i, and say the second number. 3:10.
3:10.
Bravo.
3:10.
3:10,
Cool.
right? So you could say 4:12 is 4:12. If you want the exact time.
4:12.
So if someone wants the exact time, they're probably waiting for a train or a bus.
They
Or
got
they're,
somewhere to be.
yeah, or they're watching TBS and the show starts at 2:25.
What?
Maybe not. Maybe not. Okay, so 3:10. So now we're going to get to our little bit of dialect fun, right?
Ooh.
So 4:30, right? So on the Dalmatian coast, they use a term called ipo for half.
Half.
So četiri ipo.
4:30.
Tony, koliko je sati?
Sad je 4:30.
Bravo. So četiri ipo means 4.5, 4:30. What I recently learned in Zagreb, in the big city, mainland, they'll say pola pet, which means half to 5.
Oh, yeah.
So the Dalmatians will say 4:30, and then Zagreb people, zagrebački, will say half to 5. So you can say četiri ipo or pola pet.
Pola pet.
Or you can say 4:30.
četiri I 30.
So 4 and 30, right?
Mm.
So all three of those work depending on where you are, depending on how confused you want your listener to be.
Yeah.
But I mean, learning all these dialects, I think, are great to know.
Yeah.
You might not hear them, but, like saving the old languages, nothing wrong with that.
Oh, yeah.
Got
Very
it?
Cool.
Okay, so now let's say our last example we're going to do, it's 550. So instead of saying pet I 50, which is 5 and 50, you can say deset do šest. So what I'm saying is 10 till 6.
Deset do šest.
Bravo. Deset do šest. Tony, koliko je sati?
Deset do šest.
Sada je 10 I 15.
Sada?
Sad je 10 I 15. In real life, 10:15.
Is that what it is?
Yep.
Oh, it
It's
is.
a quarter after.
It is.
So, how do you guys feel about this time action going?
It's a little bit more involved.
Yes,
Yeah.
there's a lot happening. There's a lot of different ways of...
I think if I was learning this like I am now, I'm gonna want to find the one that I like the most and stick with that.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, Tony,
I think the precise one would work. I think across the board.
yes,
right?
across the board, always. The little shortcuts takes time to kind of get your head wrapped around that.
Because we learned the numbers, so being able
Yeah.
to apply the numbers to the time and then just adding E in the middle
Right.
seems like it's like the most compatible.
12 I 15, 12:15.
Yeah.
8 I 20, 8:20. 9 I 45, 9:45. Right? So we haven't learned all those big numbers, but...
There's a lot more words, but it's more compatible to
Right.
what we've already learned.
Or you can always do this. Ask me koliko je sati, Tony.
Koliko je sati?
Ne znam.
How do you say get a watch?
Oh, yeah. Like find a watch, get a watch. See, that's another one.
Buy a
like,
watch.
Some people call a watch a sat. An old way of saying it is lauroi. So there's a lot of ways of...
Wow.
Yeah, so there's the dialect thing. What's the proper way? I don't know.
Ne znam.
Ne znam.
This not works too.
Easy way. Koliko je sati? Ne znam.
Ne znam.
Who made these palachinke? Ne znam.
Or you just tell them, look at the sun and figure
Right.
it out.
It's daytime. What else do you need?
Yeah.
Yes. Jeopardy's later. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
Let's review. Lesson for time. Are you ready, Tony? What time is it? Koliko je sati?
Koliko je sati?
Bravo. The word for hour is sat.
Sat.
Oh, right. The word for minute is minuta.
Minuta.
What do you think second is, Tony? Sekunda.
Really? Huh.
Simple. We're not going to worry about it too much.
He's making it up.
Yes, I am making it up. The word for noon is podne.
Podne.
Ponovi opet. Podne.
Podne. Podne.
Bravo. The word for midnight is ponoć.
Ponoć.
We usually have our wolf howl at midnight around here. Around these parts. Coyote.
Typical LLC.
Yes,
Yeah.
I all,
Thing to do.
the LLC wolf howl, the ponoć wolf howl. Okay, so if you want to make a sentence, now it's sad je.
Sad je.
So let's use our examples. Sad je jedan sat.
Sad je jedan sat.
Now it's 1 o'clock. Now let's try. Now it's 2 o'clock. Sad je dva sata.
Sad je dva sata.
Oh. Okay, let's go with 3:10. 3 I 10.
3 I 10.
Perfect. So let's do the dialect fun. Dialect funness. For 4:30, Dalmatian Coast will say četiri I po.
Četiri I po.
Here's a really quick fun thing that I learned growing up. So the old way of saying hour would be ura, which is very Italian, right? So you say četiri ure and četiri I po. So my mom used to say this rhyme. Četiri ure maška kure, četiri I po maška hippo, which translates to at 4 o'clock the cat's smoking, at 4:30 he's hacking up a lung.
What?
Pretty interesting, huh?
Wow.
Četiri ure maška kure, četiri I po maška hippo.
Well, I don't want to smoke after that.
Well, that's why none of us do that kind of business around here. Četiri I po.
Četiri I po.
In Zagreb, they say pola pet.
Pola pet.
That's half to 5, right? So pola pet.
Pola pet.
Okay, another shortcut. Even though, if you want to say 5:50, you could say pet I 50, or you could say deset do šest.
Deset do šest.
Right. So you're saying 10 to 6. Deset do šest.
Deset do šest.
Odlično, Tony.
Cool.
We're telling time. I mean, I think
Yeah.
from now on, I'm just going to call you up and ask you what time it is instead of, and not look at my phone to see what time it is, right?
All right.
Well done.
Don't forget to hit subscribe and smash that like button.